master, what cheer?
Good. Speak to the mariners, fall to a Ariel, we'll run ourselves aground. Bestir!
Hi, my heart! Cheerily, my heart! Yar! Take in the topsail! Tend to the master's whistle! Blow till thou burst thy wind, if room enough!
Did Belsan have care? Where's the master?
I pray now, keep below! Where is thy master, boatswain? Do you not hear him? You mar our labor. Keep your cabin. You do assist the store.
Hey, good, be patient.
When the sea is, hence! What cares these roarers for the name of the queen? To cabin silence trouble us not.
Good, yet remember whom thou hast aboard.
Well, none that I care more than myself. You are a counselor. If you can command these elements to silence and work the peace of the present, we will not hand a rope more. If you cannot, give thanks that you have lived so long and make yourself ready in your cabin for the mischance of the hour if it so happens. Dearly, good heart!
I have great comfort from this fellow. Methinks he hath no drowning mark upon him. His complexion is perfect gallows. If he be not born to be hanged, our case is miserable.
Down with the topmast! Plague upon this howling! They are louder than the weather or our offense. What do you hear? Shall we give o'er and drown? Have you a mind to sink?
Oh, a pox in your throat, you bawling, blasphemous, and terrible dog!
Work you then. Hang you, horse son. We are less afraid to be drowned than thou art.
I'll warrant him for hanging. Though the ship were no stronger than a nutshell, and as leaky as an unstaunched wench.
Lay her a hold! Bring her 2 courses to sea again. Lay her off.
The devils are here.
The queen and prince, let's assist them, for our case is as theirs.
We are merely cheated of our lives by drunkards. This white-chapped rascal, wouldst thou might lie drowning the washing of dead thighs? Mercy on us! Farewell, my friend!
Leave of him!
We split! Let's all sink with the queen!
Now would I give 1,000 furlongs of sea for an acre of barren ground, long heath, brown firs, anything. The will's above be done, but I would fain die a dry death.
By your art, my dearest father, you have put the wild waters in this war, allay them. The sky, it seems, would pour down stinging pitch, but that the sea mounting till the welkin cheek dashes the fire out. Oh, I have suffered with those that I saw suffer. A brave vessel who had no doubt some noble creature in her dashed all to pieces. Oh, the cry did knock against my very heart. Poor souls, they perished. Had I been any god of power, I would have sunk the sea within the earth, or ere it should the good ship so have swallowed and the frothing souls within her.
Be collected. There's no more amazement, all right?
Oh, woe the day.
Oh, no harm done. I have done nothing but in care of thee, my dear one, thee, my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing that of whence I am, or that I am more better than Prospero, master of a full poor cell, and thy no greater father.
More to know to never meddle with my thoughts.
'Tis time thou shouldst know farther. Help me with this magic garment. So. Lie there, my art. The direful spectacle of the wreck which thou hast been touched with in the virtue of thy very soul, I have done with such provision in mine art so safely that there is not one soul, no, not so much perdition as an hair betid to any creature in the vessel, which thou heardst cry, which thou sawest sink. Sit down, thou shouldst know further.
You have oft begun to tell me what I am, but stopped.
Well, the time is now that I should inform thee farther. The hour is now come, the very minute, in fact, bids thee ope thine ear. Attend and obey. Canst thou remember a time before we came unto this cell? I do not think thou canst, for then thou wast not 3 years old.
Certainly, sir, I can. 'Tis far off and rather like a dream than an assurance that my remembrance warrants. Had I not 4 or 5 women once that tended me?
Thou hadst, and more, Miranda. How is it that this lives in thy mind? Say what else thou canst see in the dark backward and abysm of time. If thou canst aught remember ere we came here, how we came here thou mayest.
But that I do not.
12 years since, Miranda. 12 years since. Thy father was the Duke of Milan.
Well, sir, are not you my father?
Thy mother was a piece of virtue, and she said thou wast my daughter, and thy father the Duke of Milan, and thou his only heir. And princess, no worse issued.
Oh, the heavens! Oh, what foul play had we that we came from thence? Or blessed was we did?
Both, my dear. By foul play, as thou sayest, were we heaved thence, but blessedly holp hither.
Oh, my heart bleeds to think of the teen that I have turned you to, which is from my remembrance. Please you, farther?
My brother, thy uncle, called Antonio, I pray thee, mark me, that a brother should be so perfidious. He who next thyself of all the world I loved, and to him put my state. My state being to him, I grew farther and farther from my people. And then, not knowing what was going with them, my people grew farther and farther from me as I was transported with secret and rapt studies. Thy false uncle, dost thou attend?
Oh, sir, most heedfully.
Thy false uncle, being once perfected in how to grant suits, how to deny them, who to advance and who to trash for overtopping, new created the creatures that were mine, I say, or changed them, or else new formed them. Having both the key of officer and office, he set all hearts in the state to what tune pleased his ear. Thou attendest not.
Oh, good sir, I do.
I, thus neglecting worldly ends, then gave to my brother a chance, and he took that chance, and there awaked in him an evil nature. My brother, thou shouldst know, my brother, having had this false nature awakened in him, he became such that he wouldst be the Duke of Milan himself. Dost thou hear?
Oh, your tale, sir, would cure deafness.
Knowing this, knowing that he would be the Duke, and that I was to be left alone, he would have no screen between this part that he played for me and the person he played it for. And thus, I, not knowing this, my library was dukedom enough for me. But that would not work.
The heavens.
Yes. But he made such a sinner of his memory that he would credit his own lie and think himself the Duke. In fact, he must be absolute Milan. Now mark well, and I will tell thee both the condition and the event. Sit. Then see if this might be a brother.
Oh, I should sin to think but nobly of my grandmother. Good wombs have borne bad sons.
Now the condition, the Queen of Naples, being an enemy to me inveterate, hearkened the suit of my brother, which was that she, in lieu of the premises of, tribute, I know not how much, and that she would presently extirpate me and mine from out the dukedom, and confer fair Milan and all her glories on my brother. And so, treacherous army levied, one midnight fated to the purpose, did Antonio open the gates of Milan, and in the dead of darkness, the ministers for the purpose hurried thence, me and thy crying self.
Well, lack for pity. I, not remembering how I cried out then, will cry it o'er again. It is a hint that rings mine eye to it.
Here a little further, and I'll bring thee to the present tense, which now is upon us, and without the which this story would be most impertinent.
But wherefore did they not that hour destroy us?
Well demanded, wench, for my story does provoke that question. Dear, they durst not. So dear the love my people bore me that, well, in few, they hurried us aboard a bark, took us some leagues out to sea, where they prepared a rotten carcass of a boat, neither rig nor tackle, sail nor mast. The very rats instinctively had quit it. There they hoist us, cry to the sea that roared back, to sigh to the wind, whose pity, sighing back to us, did us but loving wrong.
Alack, what trouble was I then to you?
Oh, no, a cherubim. Thou wast that did preserve me. Oh, thou didst smile, infused with a fortitude from heaven, when I did groan under my burden and deck the sea with drops full salt. But thou didst give me an undergoing stomach to bear up under that which would ensue.
Well, how came we ashore?
By providence divine. We had some food and some fresh water provided to us by a noble Neapolitan, Gonzalo, who, out of her kindness, having recently been appointed the master of this design, she did provide us with rich garments, linens, stuffs, and necessaries, which have steadied us since. Oh, and knowing how much I loved my books, she supplied me from my own library with volumes I prized over my dukedom.
Would I might but ever see that woman.
Now I arise. Hear now the rest of our sorrow. We landed here on this shore, and I became thy schoolmaster, and made thee prophet of, well, more than princesses with greater time for vainer hours and tutors that were less careful.
The heavens thank you for it. And now I pray you, sir, for still 'tis beating in my mind, your reason for raising the sea storm?
Know thou thus far forth. By accident most strange did bountiful fortune bring to this shore all mine enemies. And now by mine art I perceive that my star, my zenith, doth depend upon a most auspicious star. And if I choose now to court not but omit, my fortunes ever after will droop. Here, cease your questions. Thou art inclined to sleep. It is a good dullness, and I know thou canst not refuse. Ariel! Ariel, my servant! Come to me, Ariel!
Master! Great Sir, hail! I come to do thy best bidding, be it to fly, to swim, to dive into the fire, to ride on the curled clouds, to thy strong bidding task, Ariel and all his quality.
Hast thou, spirit, performed to point the Tempest that I bade thee?
To every article, I boarded the king's ship, now in the beak, now in the waist, now in the deck, in every cabin I flamed amazement. Sometimes I'd divide and bird in many places. On the topmast, the yards, and the bowsprit, but I flamed distinctly the neat and join. Ooh, the fire and cracks of sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed to besiege and make his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake.
Brave spirit,
Who was so firm, so constant, that this toil would not infect his reason?
Not a soul but felt the fever of the mad and played some tricks of desperation. All but mariners plunged into the foaming brine and quit the vessel in all afire with me. The queen's son was the first that leaped, crying, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here!"
That's my spirit, but was this not nigh shore?
Just why, my master?
But are they, Ariel, safe?
Not a hair perished. On their sustaining garments, not a blemish, but fresher than before. And, as thou badest, I dispersed them about the isle. The queen's son have I landed by himself in an odd angle of the island. Oh, said he, his arms in a sad knot. Was safely in the harbor in queen's ship. Mariners all under hatches stowed, who, with a charm, I have left to sleep. As to the rest of the fleet who I dispersed, they have met again and are bound sadly home for Naples, supposing that they saw the great queen's ship wreck and her bright person perish.
I charge my Ariel is exactly performed. But there's more work to be done. What's the hour of the day?
Past the mid-season.
At least 2 glasses. The time betwixt 6 and now must by us both be spent most preciously.
There more toil. Since thou dost give me pain, let me remember thee what thou hast promised, which has not been performed thee.
How now, moody? What is thou can demand?
My liberty.
Before the time be out, no more.
Pray thee remember, I have done thee worthy service, done thee no wrong, made thee no mistake. Thou didst promise to bait me a full year.
Thou forgot what a torment I did free thee from?
Oh, no, sir, I have not.
Thou most lying, malignant thing. Hast thou forgot the foul witch Sycorax, who with age and envy was grown into a hoop? Hast thou forgot her?
No, sir.
Oh, thou hast. Oh, was she so? I must remind thee once in a month of what thou wast, because thou forgetst, is not so?
Yes, sir.
Oh, that blue-eyed hag was here brought with child, and on this island left by the sailor. Thou, my slave, as thou dost report thyself, was then her servant.
Oh.
But thou wast too delicate to perform her earthy and abhorred command. And so, refusing her grand hest, she did confine thee. In her most unmitigable rage, with her more potent ministers, into a cloven pine, where thou didst howl away 12 years. Thou didst vent thy groans as fast as mill wheels strike. And then was this island, after she died, left only that son that she littered. Oh, that freckled, hag-born whelp.
Yes,
Not,
Caliban, her son. Oh.
yes, not graced with human form. Dull thing, I say, Caliban, whom I keep now in service. Thou shouldst remember what a torment thou wast in then. Thy moans did make wolves howl, and penetrated the breasts of ever-angry bears. It was mine art, when I arrived and heard thee, that made gape the pine and let thee out.
I thank thee, master.
If thou dost murmur any more, I shall rend an oak and peg thee by his knotty entrails till thou hast howled out 12 winters.
I thank thee, master. I will be correspondent to your commands and do my spiriting gently.
Do so, and in 2 days I'll discharge thee.
Oh, that's my noble master. What shall I do? Say, what shall I do?
Go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, subject to no sign but thine and mine. To all else be invisible. Awake. Thou hast slept well. Awake, my dear.
Oh, the strangeness of your story put heaviness in me.
Well, shake it off. Come on. We'll visit with Caliban, my slave, who never yields us kind answer.
'Tis a villain, sir, I do not love to look on.
But as 'tis, we cannot miss him. He does make our fire, fetch us in fuel, and serves in offices that profit us. What ho, slave! Caliban, thou earth thou, speak!
There's wood enough within.
Come forth, I say. There's other business for thee. Come, thou tortoise, twin! Thou poisonous slave, got by the devil himself upon thy wicked dam, come forth!
As wicked do as ere my mother brushed from raven's feather from unwholesome fen. Drop on you both! Southwest blow on ye and blister you all over.
For this, be sure, tonight thou shalt have side stitches that shall pen thy breath up.
I must eat my dinner. This island's mine, by Sycorax my mother, which thou takest from me. When thou camest first, thou strokest me and madest much of me, gave me water with berries in it, and taught me how to name the bigger light, and how the less that burn by day and night. And then I loved thee, and showed thee all the qualities of the isle, the fresh springs, brine pits, barren place, and fertile. Cursed be I that did so!
Thou most lying slave, whom stripes may move, not kindness, I have used thee, filth as thou art, with human care, and lodged thee in mine own cell, till thou didst seek to violate the honor of my child.
Oh, ho. Oh, ho. Would it had been done. Thou didst prevent me. I had peopled else this isle with Calibans.
Port slave! Which any print of goodness will not take, being capable of all ill. I pitied thee, and took pains to make thee speak, taught thee each hour one thing or another. But thy vile race, though thou didst learn, had that in it which good natures could not abide to be with. Therefore wast thou deservedly confined into this rock, who hast deserved more than a prison.
You taught me language, and my profit on it is I know how to curse. The red plague rid you for learning me your language.
Hag seed hence! Fetch us in fuel, and be quick. Thou art best to answer other business. Shrugg'st thou, malice? Oh, if thou neglect'st, or dost unwillingly what I command, I'll rack thee with old cramps, fill all thy bones with aches, and make thee roar. That beast shall tremble at thy din.
No, I prithee. Oh, I must obey. His art is of such power that it would control my damn's god Setibus and make a vassal of him.
So, slave, hence!
Unto these yellow sands, and then take hands. Curtsied when you have kissed the wild wave winds. Put it fleetly here and there, and sweet sprites the burden bear.
Where should this music be? In the air or the earth? It sounds no more, and sure it waits upon some god of the island. Sitting on a bank, weeping again the queen, my mother's wreck, this music crept by me upon the waters, allaying both their fury and my passion with its sweet air. Thence I have followed it, or it hath drawn me rather, but 'tis gone. So it begins again.
4 fathoms 5 thy mother lies. Of her bones are coral made. Those are pearls that were her eyes. Nothing of her doth change, but doth suffer a sea change.
This ditty does remember my drowned mother. This is no mortal business, nor no sound that the earth owes. I hear it now above me.
The fringed curtains of thine eye advance, and say what thou seest yond.
What is it? A spirit?
No, it has, it eats, it sleeps, and has such senses as we have such. This gallant whom thou seest was in the wreck. But he stained something with grief, its beauty's canker. One might call him a goodly person. He's lost his fellows and strays about to find 'em.
Well, I might call him a thing divine, for nothing natural e'er I saw so noble.
It works, as my soul prompts it. Ariel, sweet Ariel, I'll set thee free in 2 days for this.
Most sure the goddess on whom these airs attend, vouchsafe my prayer may know if you remain upon this island, and that you will some good instruction give how I may bear me here. My prime request, which I do last pronounce, is, oh, you wonder, if you be maid or no.
No wonder, sir, but certainly a maid.
My language! Heavens, I am the best of these that speak this speech rival where 'tis spoken.
How the best! What wert thou if the Queen of Naples heard thee speak?
A single thing as I am now, that wonders to hear thee speak of Naples. She does hear me, and that she does I weep. Myself in Naples, who with mine eyes, never since it ebbed, beheld the queen my mother wrecked.
Oh, alack for mercy.
Aye, faith, and all her lords, the Duke of Milan and his brave son being twain.
The Duke of Milan and his more braver daughter could control him now if 'twere fit to do it. At the first sight they have changed eyes. A word, sir, a word. Thou dost some wrong here, I'd say. A word.
Why speaks my father so ungently? This is the third man ere I saw the first that ere I sighed for. Pity move my father to be inclined my way.
Oh, if a virgin, and your affection not gone forth, I'll make you the Queen of Naples.
One word more, sir, one word, soft. They are in each other's powers. But I must this swift business make uneasy, lest too light winning make the prize light. A word, sir, I charge thee, attend me. I say thou dost usurp the name thou owest, and is on this island as a spy, to win it from me, the lord on it.
No, as I'm a man.
Oh, there's nothing ill can dwell in such a temple.
Silence. Yes, thou dost. I shall confine thee. No, I shall manacle thy neck and thy feet together. Thy food shall be the withered roots and husks wherein the acorns are cradled. Follow me!
No, I will resist unto entertainment till mine enemy has more power.
Oh, dear father, make not too rash a trial of him, for he's gentle and not fearful.
Speak you not for him, he's a traitor. No, put thy weapon down. I have here a stick which shall disarm thee and make thee drop thy weapon.
Beseech you, father!
Hang not on my garments.
Oh, sir, have pity, I'll be his surety.
What? I say, speak no more. One word more, and I shall chide thee, if not hate thee. What? Are you an advocate for an impostor? You think there is no more such as he, having seen but him and Caliban? I tell thee, foolish wench, to other men he is a Caliban, and they to him are angels.
My affections that are most humble. I have no ambition to see a goodlier man.
Stop. Thy nerves are in their infancy again, and thou hast no vigor.
So they are. My spirits is in a dream are all bound up. My mother's loss, the weakness which I feel, the wreck of all my friends, nor this man's threats to whom I am subdued, are but light to me. Might I but through my prison once a day behold this maid, all corners of the earth let liberty make use of. Space enough have I in such a prison.
It works. Come on, follow me. Ariel, thou hast done well, I swear. Follow now. But there's more to be done after this.
Be of comfort. My father's of a better nature, sir, than he appears by speech. This is unwanted which now came from him.
Remember, do all my points of my commands.
Beseech you, Queen, be merry. You have cause, so have we all of joy. For our escape is much beyond our loss. Our hint of woe is common. Every day some sailor's wife, the masters of some merchants, and the merchant have just our theme of woe. But if not for the miracle, I mean our preservation, few in millions can speak like us. Then wisely, good Queen, weigh our our sorrow with our comfort.
Prithee, peace.
She accepts comfort like cold porridge.
This Gonzalo will not give her o'er so.
Oh, look, Bot, she's winding up the watch of her wit. By and by it will strike.
Queen,
Oh, one tells.
when every grief is entertained that's offered, comes the entertainer.
$1.
Dolour comes to him indeed. You have spoken truer than you purposed.
Oh, you have taken it wiselier than I meant you should.
Therefore, Queen,
Fie! What a spendthrift is she of her tongue!
I prithee spare.
well I have done. But yet,
She will be talking.
though this island seem to be desert, uninhabitable and almost inaccessible,
Yet.
yet
She could not miss.
it needs must be of subtle, tender, and delicate temperance.
Temperance was a delicate wench.
Aye, and a subtle, as she makes it of her speech.
The air breathes upon us here most sweetly.
Oh, as if it had lungs and rotten ones.
Or as 'twere perfumed by a fen.
Here is everything advantageous to life.
True. Save means to live.
Of that there's none, if little.
How lush and lusty the grass looks, how green.
The ground indeed is tawny.
Oh, but with an eye of green in it.
She misses not much.
No, she just merely mistakes the truth totally.
But the rarity of it is, which is indeed almost beyond credit,
As most vouch rarities are.
that our garments, being as they were drenched in the sea, hold, notwithstanding their freshness and glosses, being rather new dyed than stained with salt water.
Does she not speak as if one of her pockets should say, she lies?
Aye, yes, or else pocket up her report.
Methinks our garments are now as fresh as when we put them on first in Afric. Is not, Queen, my doublet now as fresh as the first day I wore it? I mean, in a sort,
That sort was well fished for.
when I wore it at your daughter's marriage.
You do cram these words into mine ears against the stomach of my sense. Would I had never married her there. For in coming thence, my son is lost, and in my rate she too, who is so far from Italy removed, I ne'er again shall see her. O thou, mine heir of Naples and Milan, what strange fish has made his meal on thee?
Queen, he may live. I saw him beat the surges under him and ride upon their backs. His bold head above the contentious waves he kept. I not doubt he came alive to land.
No, he is gone.
It is foul weather in us all, dear Queen, when you are cloudy.
Foul weather?
Very foul.
Had I plantation of this isle, my Queen,
No doubt she'll sow it with nettle seed.
Or docks or mallows.
and were the Queen aunt, what would I do?
Ooh, escape being drunk for want of wine.
In the Commonwealth, I would by contraries execute all things. For no kind of traffic would I admit, no name of magistrate, letters should not be known, riches, poverty, and use of service none. Contract, succession, born, bound of land, tilth, vineyard, none. No use of metal, corn, or wine, or oil. No occupation. All men idle all. And women too, but innocent and pure. No sovereignty.
But she would be queen on it.
The latter end of her commonwealth forgets the beginning.
All things in common nature should produce, without sweat or endeavor. Treason, felony, sword, pike, knife, gun, or need of any engine would I not have. But nature should bring forth of its own kind, all poison, all abundance, to feed my innocent people.
No marrying amongst her subjects.
None men, all idle, whores and knaves.
I would with such perfection govern my queen to excel the golden age.
God save her majesty!
Long live Gonzalo!
And, do you mark me queen?
Prithee, no more. Thou dost talk nothing to me.
I do well believe your highness. and did it to minister occasion to these gentlemen, who are of such sensible and nimble lungs that they are always used to laugh at nothing.
'Twas you we laughed at.
Who in this merry kind of fooling am nothing to you, so you may continue and laugh at nothing still.
Oh, what a blow there was given.
And it had not fallen flat long.
You are gentlemen of brave mettle. You would lift the moon out of her sphere if she would continue in it 5 weeks without changing.
Aye, we would do so, and then go a bat fowling.
Nay, good milady, be not angry.
No, I'll warrant you. I'll not adventure my discretion so weakly. Will you laugh me to sleep? For I am very heavy.
Go, sleep and hear us.
So soon asleep? I wish mine eyes would with themselves shut up my thoughts. I find they are inclined to do so.
I prithee, sister, do not shake off the offer of it. It seldom visits sorrow, and when it does, it is a comforter.
We too, my queen, will guard your person while you take your rest and watch your safety.
Thank you. Wondrous heavy. Oh.
What a strange drowsiness possesses them.
'Tis the quality of the climate.
Well, then why does it not our eyelids sink? I find myself not disposed to sleep.
Nor I. My spirits are nimble. They fell together all as by consent. They dropped as by a thunderstroke. What might a worthy Sebastian, what might no more? And yet methinks I see it in thy face what thou shouldst be. The occasion speaks thee, and my strong imagination sees a crown dropping upon thy head.
What, art thou waking?
Do you not hear me speak?
I do, and it is a most sleepy language, and thou speakest out of thy sleep. What is't thou didst say? Oh, this is a strange repose, to be fast asleep, with eyes wide open, standing, speaking, walking, and yet so fast asleep.
Noble Sebastian, thou lett'st thy fortune sleep. Die rather, winkst, whilst thou art waking.
Thou snorest distinctly. There's meaning in thy snores, but...
I am more serious than is my custom. You must be so too, if heed me, which to do trebles the o'er.
Well, I am standing water.
I'll show you how to flow.
Do so. To ebb, hereditary sloth instructs me.
If you but knew how you the purpose cherish, whilst thus you pretend not to.
Oh, I prithee, speak on, for the setting of thy brow and cheek proclaims a matter from thee, and a birth that indeed brings thee much to yield.
Thus, sir, the queen, her son's alive. 'Tis as impossible that he's undrowned as she that sleeps here swims.
I have no hope that he's undrowned.
Oh, out of that no hope, what great hope have you? No way your fortune lies. Another way, so high a hope that even ambition cannot pierce a wink beyond, but doubt discovery there. Will you grant with me that Ferdinand is drowned?
He's gone.
Say this were death, that now hath taken them. Why, they were no worse than now they are. There be that can rule Naples as well as she that sleeps, lords that can praint as amply and unnecessarily as this Gonzalo. I myself could make a chuff of his deep chat. Oh, that you bore the mind that I do. What a sleep were this for your advancement. Do you understand me?
Methinks I do.
How does your content tender your own good fortune?
I remember that you did supplant your brother Prospero.
True. And look how well my garments sit upon me, much feeder than before. My brother's servants were then my fellows. Now they are my men.
But for your conscience.
Aye, sir. Where lies that? 'Twere a kibe 'twould put me to my slipper. Here lies your sister, no better than the earth she lies upon. If she were that which she's like that's dead, which I, with my obedient steel, 3 inches of it might lay to bed forever, whiles you, doing thus for the perpetual wink for I, might do the same to this ancient morsel, this Lady Prudence, who should not upbraid our course. For all the rest,
They'll take instruction as a cat laps milk.
Thy case shall be my precedent. As thou gotst Milan, I'll come by Naples. Draw thy sword, and with it in thy tribute, and I, the king, shall love you.
Draw together, and when I have reared my hand, do you the like to fall it on Gonzalo.
But one word.
My master, through his art, foresees the danger that you, his friends, are in, and sends me forth, else his project dies. While here you do snoring lie, open-eyed conspiracy his time doth take. If of life you keep a care, shake off slumber and awake, awake!
Then let us both be sudden!
Now, good angels, preserve the queen! Why now who awake?
Why are you drawn? Wherefore this ghastly looking?
What's the matter?
Well, as we sat here securing your repose, we heard a hollow burst of bellowing like bulls, or rather lions. It did not wake you, it struck my ear most terribly.
I heard nothing.
Oh, 'twas a din to fright a monster's ear, to make an earthquake. It was the sound of the roar of a whole herd of lions.
Heard you this, Gonzalo?
Upon mine honor, queen, I heard a humming, and that a strange one too, which did awake me. I shake to queen and cried. As mine eyes oped, I saw their weapons drawn. There was a noise, that's verily. 'Tis best we stand upon our guard, or that we quit this place. Let's draw our weapons.
Lead off this ground, and let's further search for my poor son.
Heavens preserve him from these beasts, for he is sure in the island.
Lead away.
My master shall know what I have done. So, queen, go safely on to seek thy son.
Oh, the infections that the sun sucks up from bogs, fens, flats, on Prospero fall and make him by inch meal a disease. Oh, his spirits hear me, yet I needs must curse, for they'll nor pinch, fright me with urchin shows, pitch me in the mire, nor lead me like a firebrand in the dark out of my way, unless he bid 'em. Oh, but for every trifle are they set upon me, sometimes like apes that mow and chatter at me and after bite me, then like hedgehogs which lie tumbling in my barefoot way and mount their pricks at my footfall. Sometimes am I all wound with adders who with cloving tongues do hiss me into madness. Oh, lo, here comes a spirit of his, and to torment me for bringing my wood in slowly, I'll fall flat. Perchance he will not mind me.
Here's neither bush nor shrub to bear off any weather at all. And another storm brewing. Oh, if it should thunder as it did before, I know not where to hide my head. What have we here? A man or a fish? Dead or alive? Oh, a fish. He smells like a fish, a most ancient and fish-like smell, a kind of not of the newest, poor John. A strange fish. Were I in England now, as once I was, and had but this fish painted, not a holiday fool there but would give a piece of silver. Oh, there would this monster make a man. Well, any strange beast there makes a man. Well, they won't give a doit to relieve a lame beggar. Well, they will lazy out 10 to see a dead Indian. Well, legged like a man. And his fins like arms. Ooh, warm! Oh, my troth! I do now let loose my opinion, hold it no longer. This is no fish, but an islander that hath lately suffered by a thunderbolt. Oh, alas, the storm has come again! My best way is to creep under his gabardine. Oh. There is no other shelter hereabouts. Well, misery acquaints a man with strange bedfellows. I will here shroud till the dregs of the storm be past.
Now no more to sea, here shall I die ashore. This is a scurvy tune to sing at a man's funeral. Well, here's my comfort. The master, the swatter, the boatswain and I, the gunner and his mate, loved Moll, Megan, Marion, and Marjorie, but none of us cared for Kate.
Do not torment me! Oh!
What's the matter? Have we devils here? I have not escaped drowning to be afeard of your 4 legs.
The spirit torments me! Oh!
This is some devil of the isle, with 4 legs, with God as I take it, an ague. How the devil should he learn our language? If I can recover him, and keep him tame, and get to Naples with him, he shall be a present for any emperor that's ever trod on neat's leather.
Do not torment me, prithee. I'll bring my wood home faster.
He's in his fit now, and does not talk after the wisest. He shall taste of my bottle. If he have never drunk wine before, will go near to remove his fit. If I can recover him and keep him tame, I shall not take too much for him. He shall pay for him that hath him, and that soundly.
Thou dost me yet but little hurt. Oh, thou wilt anon. I know it by thy trembling. Oh, now prosper works upon thee.
Come on thy ways, open thy mouth. Here is that which will give language to thee, cat. Open thy mouth. This will shake your shaking. This will shake your shaking, and I can tell you, and that soundly. Open thy mouth, open thy jabs.
Oh, I should know that voice. Oh, it should be. Oh, but he is drowned, and these are devils. Oh, defend me.
4 legs and 2 voices? A most delicate monster. His forward voice now is to speak kindly of his friend, and his backward voice is to utter foul speeches and to detract. If all the wine in my bottle will recover him, I will help his ague. Come, Amen. I'll pour some in thy other mouth.
Stefano!
Doth thy other mouth call me? Oh, this is no monster but a devil. I shall leave him.
Stefano! If thou beest Stefano, touch me and speak to me, for I am Trinculo. Be not afeard, thy good friend, Trinculo.
If thou beest Trinculo, come forth. I'll pull thee by thy lesser legs. If any be Trinculo's legs, these be they. Oh, thou beest Trinculo indeed! How camest thou the siege of this moon calf? Can he vent Trinculos?
Oh, I took him to be killed with a thunderstroke. And art thou not drowned, Stefano? Oh, I hope now thou art not drowned. Is the storm overblown? Oh, I hid me under the dead mooncalf's gabardine for fear of the storm. And art thou living, Stefano? Oh, Stefano! To the Neapolitan scape!
Oh, prithee, do not turn me about! My stomach is not constant.
These be brave things if they be not sprites. That's a brave god and bears celestial liquor. I will kneel to him.
How didst thou escape? How camest thou hither? I escaped on a butt of sack, which the sailors heaved overboard by this bottle, which I made from the bark of a tree with mine own hands, since I was cast ashore.
I'll swear upon that bottle to be thy true subject, for thy liquor is not earthly.
Here, Swear by this bottle how thou escapest.
Swum ashore, man, like a duck. I can swim like a duck, I'll be sworn.
Here, kiss the book. Though thou swimmest like a duck, thou art made like a goose.
Oh, Stefano. Hast any more of this?
The whole butt, man. My cellar's in a rock by the seaside where my wine is hid. Oh, how now, mooncalf? How doth thy ague? Huh?
Hast thou not dropped from heaven?
Out of the moon, man, I do assure thee. I was the man in the moon when time was.
I did see thee in her, and I adore thee. My mistress showed me thee and thy dog, and thy bush.
Here, swear to that. Kiss the book. I shall furnish it with new contents anon, swear.
By this good light, this is a very shallow monster. I afeard of him.
I will show thee the fertile inch of the island, and I will kiss thy foot. I prithee be my god.
By this light, a most perfidious and drunken monster. When his god's asleep, he'll rob his bottle.
I shall kiss thy foot. I'll swear myself thy subject.
I shall laugh myself to death at this puppy-headed monster.
Down
a most
then,
scurvy monster.
and swear.
But that the monster's in drink. An abominable monster.
I'll show thee the best springs. I'll pluck thee berries. I'll fish for thee and get thee wood enough. A plague upon the tyrant that I serve. I'll fetch him no more sticks, but follow thee, thou wondrous man.
A most ridiculous monster. To make a wonder of a poor drunkard.
I prithee. I will show thee where the crabs grow, and with my long nails I will dig thee pig nuts, show thee a jay's nest, and instruct thee how to snare the nimble marmoset. I will bring thee to clustering filberts, and sometimes I will get the young scammels of the rock. Wilt thou go with me?
Prithee, lead the way without any more talking.
Farewell, master, farewell.
A howling monster! A drunken monster!
No more dams I'll make for fish, nor fetch and firing at requiring, nor script trencher, nor wash dish. Ban, Kakala ban. Has a new master, get a new man. Freedom, hear thee! Freedom!
Oh, pray, my son, lead the way.
Wars are painful, and their labor delight them sets off. Some kinds of baseness are nobly undergone, and most poor matters point to rich ends. This my mean task would be as heavy to me as odious, but the mistress which I serve quickens what's dead and makes my labors pleasures. I must remove some thousands of these logs and pile them up upon a sore injunction. My sweet mistress weeps when she sees me work and says such baseness had never like executor. I forget, but these sweet thoughts do even refresh my labors, most busy lest when I do it.
Alas, now pray you, work not so hard. I would the lightning had burnt up those logs you are enjoined to pile. Pray set it down and rest you. When this burns, 'twill weep for having wearied you. My father is hard at study. Pray now rest yourself. Be safe for these 3 hours.
No, sweet mistress. The sun will set before I shall discharge what I must strive to do.
If you'll sit down, I'll bury your logs a while. Pray give me that. I'll carry it to the pile.
No, gentle mistress. I'd rather crack my sinews, break my back, than you should such undergo while I sit lazy by.
Oh, it would become me as well as it does you, and I should do it with much more ease. For my goodwill is to it, and yours it is against.
Poor worm, she is infected. This visitation shows it.
You look wearily.
No, gentle mistress. 'Tis fresh morning with me when you are by at night. I do beseech you, chiefly that I might set it in my prayers. What is your name?
Miranda. Oh, Father, I broke your hest to say so.
Admired Miranda, indeed the top of admiration, worth what's dearest to the world. Full many a lady have I eyed with best regard, and many a time the harmony of their tongues hath into bondage brought my too diligent ear. For several virtues have I liked several women, never any with so fun soul, but some defect in her did quarrel with the noblest ratioed and put to the foil. But you, oh you so perfect and so peerless, are created of every creature's best.
I do not know one of my sex. No woman's face remember save my glass, mine own. Nor have I seen more that I may call man than you, good friend, and my dear father. How features are abroad, I am still less of. But by my modesty, the jewel in my dower, I would not wish any companion in this world but you, nor can imagination form a shape besides yourself to like of.
I am in my condition a prince, Miranda. I do think a king I would not so. Hear my soul speak. The very instant that I saw you, did my heart fly to your service. There resides to make me slave to it. And for your sake am I this patient log. Man.
Do you love me?
O heaven, O earth, bear witness to this sound, and crown what I profess with kind event if I speak true. If hourly, invert what best is boded me to mischief. I, beyond all limit of what else in the world, do love, prize, honor you.
I am a fool to weep at what I am glad of.
Oh, fair encounter of two most rare affections. Heavens rain grace on that which breeds between them.
Wherefore weep you?
At mine unworthiness that dare not offer what I desire to give, and much less take what I should die to want. Hence bashful cunning and prompt me plain and holy innocence. I am your wife, if you will marry me. If not, I will die your maid. To be your fellow you may deny me, but I'll be your servant whether you will or no.
Aye, mistress, and I thus humble ever.
My husband, then.
Aye, and with a heart as willing as bondage ere freedom. Here's my hand.
Mine, with my heart in it. And now farewell, till half an hour hence.
1,000,000.
So glad of this as they I cannot be who are surprised withal, but my rejoicing at nothing can be more. I'll to my book, for yet ere supper time must I perform much business appertaining.
Hell is out. We will drink water, and not a drop before. Therefore, bear up and boredom. Servant monster, drink to me.
Servant monster, the folly of this island. They say there's but 5 upon this island. We are 3 of them. If the other 2 be brained like us, the state totters.
Servant monster, drink when I bid thee. Thy eyes are almost set in my head.
Where should they be set else? He were a brave monster indeed if they were set at his tail.
My man monster hath drowned his tongue in sack. For my part, the sea cannot drown me. I swam ere I could recover the shore. 35 leagues off and on. Speak, mooncalf, if thou beest a good mooncalf.
How dost thy honor? Oh, let me lick thy shoe. Oh, I'll not serve him. He's not valiant.
Thou liest, most ignorant monster.
Huh?
Well, has there ever been a man, a coward, that hath drunk so much sack as I today? Wilt thou tell such a monstrous lie, being half a man and half a monster?
No, how he mocks me. Wilt thou let him, my lord?
Oh, Lord, that a monster should be such a natural.
Lo, again. Bite him to death, I prithee.
Trinculo! Keep a good tongue in thy head. If you prove a mutineer, the next tree. My poor monster's my subject, and he shall not suffer in dignity.
I thank my noble lord. Wilt thou be pleased to once again hearken to the suit I made to thee?
Mary, will I kneel and repeat it? I will stand, and so shall Trinculo.
As I told thee before, I am subject to a tyrant, a sorcerer, that by his cunning hath cheated me of this island.
Thou liest!
Oh, thou liest, thou jesting monkey, thou. I would thy valiant master would destroy thee. I do not lie.
Trinculo, trouble him any further in his tail, and by this hand, I'll supplant some of your teeth.
Why, I said nothing.
Mum, then, no more. Proceed.
I say, by sorcerer he got this isle. From me he got it. If thou greatness will defend it on him, for I know thou darest, but this thing dare not.
That's most certain.
Thou shalt be lord of it, and I will serve thee.
How shall this be compassed? Canst thou bring us to where the party is?
Yea, yea, my lord, I will yield him thee asleep, where thou mayst knock a nail into his head.
Thou liest, thou canst not!
Oh, what a pardon is this! Thou scurvy patch! Oh, I beseech thy greatness, give him blows, and take his drink from him. And when that's gone, he shall drink naught but brine, for I'll not show him where the quick freshes are.
Trinculo, interrupt the monster one word further, and by this hand, I'll turn my mercy out of doors and make a stockfish out of thee.
Why, what did I? I did nothing. Oh, stand further off.
Didst thou not say he lied?
Thou liest!
Oh, do I so? Well, take thou that! And as you like this, tell me the lie another time!
I did not give the lie. Out of your wits and bearing too. Oh, pox on your bottle. This can sack and drinking do. Murrain on your monster and the devil take your finger.
Further with your tail. Go and stand further off.
Beat him enough, and when I'll beat him too.
Stand further. Come.
Proceed.
As I told thee before, it is a custom of his in the afternoon to sleep. There thou mayst brain him, having first seized his books, or with a log, batter his skull, or punch him with a stake, or cut his weazen with thy knife. Remember but his books, for without them he is but a sot as I am, and hath not one spirit to command. Oh, they all do hate him, as rootedly as I. Burn but his books. He has brave utensils, or so he calls them, that when he has a house he'll deck withal, and oh, that most deeply to consider is the beauty of his daughter. He himself calls her a nonpareil. I never saw a woman but Sycorax, my dam, and but oh, she as far surpasses Sycorax, as greatest does least.
Is it so brave a lass?
Aye, my lord, she will become thy bed, I warrant, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I shall kill this man. His daughter shall be my wife, and we shall be king and queen. God save our graces. Myself and Trinculo shall be viceroys. Trinculo, how dost thou like this plot?
Oh, excellent.
Give me thy hand. I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Within this half hour will he be asleep. Wilt thou destroy him then?
Aye, on mine honor.
This I will tell my master.
What's this say?
Be not afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that delight the ears, but hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments do hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I waked after a long sleep would make me sleep again. And then in dreaming, methought the clouds would show me riches ready to drop upon me, that if I waked, I cry to dream again.
This will prove a brave kingdom to me where I shall have my music for nothing.
When Prospero is destroyed.
Aye, I remember the story.
The sound is going away. Let's follow it and after do our work.
Bid he lead the way, we will follow. I would I could see this taborer he lays it on.
I'll follow, Stefano.
By your patience, I needs must rest me.
My friend, I cannot blame thee who am myself attached with weariness to the dulling of my spirit. Sit down and rest. Even here will I put off my hope and keep it no longer for my flatterer. He is drowned, him thus we stray to find, and the sea mocks our frustrate search on land. Well, let him go.
I am right glad she's so out of hope. Do not for one repulse forego the purpose that you sought to effect.
The next advantage shall we take thoroughly.
Let it be tonight, for now they are oppressed with travel, and they will not nor cannot use such vigilance as when they are fresh.
I say tonight, no more.
What harmony is this? My good friend's harp.
Marvelous sweet music.
Heavens, keepers, heavens, what are these?
A living drollery. Now I will believe that there are unicorns.
If in Naples I should report this now, would they believe me?
They are vanished strangely.
Well, never mind, as they have left their viands behind. For we have stomachs, will it please you to take taste of what is here?
Not I.
Faith, Queen, you need not fear. When we were girls, who would believe that there were such men whose heads stood in their breasts, who now we find each putter out of 5 for 1 will bring us good warrant of?
I will stand to and feed, although my last, no matter, since I feel the best is past. Brother, my lord the Duke, stand to and do as we.
You three of sin, whom destiny has caused to belch up you! You must be most unfit to live. I have made you mad! And even with such like valor, men hang and drown their proper selves. You fools! I and my fellows are ministers of fate. If you could hurt, your weapons are now too massive for your strength and will not be uplifted. But remember, for that's my business to you, that you three from the land did supplant good Prospero, expose unto the sea him and his innocent child, for which the powers, not delaying or forgetting, have incensed the sea, the shore, yea, all the creatures, against thy peace. Thee of thy son Alonso they have bereft, and do pronounce by me lingering perdition worse than any death shall step by step attend you and your ways, which upon this most desolate isle else falls upon your head nothing but hard sorrow and clear life ensuing.
Bravely the figure of this harpy hast thou performed, my Ariel. A grace it had, devouring. Of my instructions thou hast bated nothing in what thou hadst to say. So, with good life and observation strange, my meaner ministers their several kinds have done. My high charms work. Now, these mine enemies are all knit up in their distractions. They now are in my power. I leave them in these fits. I will go and visit young Ferdinand, whom they suppose is drowned, and his and mine loved darling.
In the name of something holy, Queen, why stand you in this strange stare?
Oh, it is monstrous, monstrous. Methought the billows spoke and told me of it. The wind did sing it to me. And the thunder, that deep and dreadful organ pipe, did pronounce the name of Prosper. It did base my trespass. Therefore, my son in the ooze is bedded, and I'll seek him deeper than air plummet sounded, and with him there lie mudded.
One foe at a time. I'll fight their legions o'er.
And I'll be thy second.
All 3 of them are desperate. Their to work a great time after now gins to bite the spirits. I must follow them swiftly and hinder them from what this ecstasy may provoke them to.
If I have to Alsatian makes amends, for I now here offer you a third of my life, or that for which I live, who once again I tender to thy hand. All thy vexations were but a trial of thy love, and thou hast strangely stood the test here. Before heaven, I ratify this my rich gift. Oh, Ferdinand, do not smile that I boast her off, for you will find that she will outstrip all praise and leave it halting behind her.
I do believe it against an oracle.
And as my gift, and thine own acquisition worthily purchased, take my daughter. Ariel, my industrious servant, Ariel!
What was my potent master? Here I am.
Thou and thy meaner ministers have their last service worthily performed. I must use you in such another trick. Go and bring the rabble, or whom I will give thee power, here to this place. Incite them to quick motion, for I must bestow upon the eyes of this young couple some vanity of mine art. It is my promise, and they expect it from me.
Presently,
I with a twinkle.
before you can say come and go and breathe twice and go so, each one tripping on their toes shall be here with mop and mow. You love me, master, no?
Dearly, my delicate Ariel, but do not come until I call for thee.
Well, I can see.
Look thou be true. Do not give dalliance too much the rein. Strongest oaths are straw to the fire in the blood. Be more abstemious, or else good night your vow.
I warrant you, sir, the white cold virgin snow upon my heart abates the ardor of my liver.
Well. Now, come, my Ariel. Bring a corollary rather than want a spirit. Appear and pertly. No tongue. All eyes. Be silent.
Ceres, most bounteous lady, thy rich leaves of wheat, rye, barley, vetches, oats, and peas, thy turfy mountains where live nibbling sheep, and flat meads statuous over the heap. The queen of the sky, whose watery arts the messenger is high, bids thee leave these and with her sovereign grace, here on this grass plot, in this very place, to come and sport. Approach, rich Ceres, her to entertain. Hail, many-colored messenger, that ne'er disobeyed the wife of Jupiter, who with thy saffron wings upon my flowers diffuses honey drops through rushing showers. With each end of thy blue bow dost crown my bosky acres and unstruck down, rich scarf to my proud earth. Why has thy queen summoned me hither to this short grassy green? A contract of true love to celebrate, and some donation freely to estate on the blessed lovers. Well, tell me, heavenly bow, if Venus and her son, as thou dost know, do now attend the queen. The stated plot, the means that dusky dips my daughter got, her and her blind boy scandaled company I have forsworn. Of her society be not afraid. I met her deity, cutting the clouds towards Paphos, and her son, thou drawn with her. Here thought they to have done some wanton charm upon this man and maid, whose vows are that no bed right shall be paid till Hymen's torch be lighted. But vain. Mars upon minion is returning. Her waspish-headed son has broke his arrow, swears he will shoot no more, but play with sparrows and be a boy right out. Highest queen of state, great Juno comes, I know her by her gait. How does my bounteous? So with me to bless this twain, that they may prosperous be and honored in their age. Honor, riches, marriage, blessing, long continuance and increasing. Hourly joys be still upon you. Juno sings the blessings upon you. Earths increase, boys and plenty, barns and garners never empty, vines with clustering bunches growing, plants with goodly burthen bowing. Spring comes to you at the farthest, from the very end of harvest. Scarcity and want shall shun you. Serious blessing, so is on you.
This is a most majestic vision, and harmoniously charmingly. May I be bold to think these spirits?
Spirits which by mine art I have from their confines called to enact my present fancies.
Let me live here ever. So rare a wondered father and wife makes this place paradise.
Sweet now, silence. Juno and Ceres whisper seriously. There's something else to do. Hush and be mute, or else our spell is marred.
You nymphs called naiads of the wandering brooks, with your sedged crowns and ever harmless looks, Leave your crisp channels and on this green land, answer your summons. Juno does command. Come, temperate nymphs, and help to celebrate. A contract of true love be not too late. You sunburnt sicklemen of August weary, come hither from the furrow and be merry. Make holiday your rice straw hats put on, and these fresh nymphs encounter everyone in country footing.
I had forgotten the foul conspiracy of the beast Caliban and his confederates. The very minute of their plot has almost come. Well done! Avoid! No more!
This is strange. Your father's in some passion that works him strongly.
Never till this day saw him touched with anger so distempered.
You do look, my son, in a moved sort as if you were dismayed. Be cheerful, sir. Our revels now are ended. These our actors, as I foretold, were all spirits, and are melted into air, into thin air. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, like the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, solemn temples, the great globe itself, ye all which it inherit, shall dissolve. And like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. We are such stuff as dreams are made on, and our little life is rounded with a sleep. My brain is vexed. Please, do not let this disturb you. If you be pleased, retire into my cell and there repose. A turn or two I'll walk to still my beating mind.
Wish your peace.
Come with a thought, my Ariel, come!
Thy thoughts I cleave to. What is thy pleasure?
We must prepare to meet with the beast Caliban.
I, my commander, when I first presented Ceres, I thought to have told thee of it, but feared I might anger thee.
Say again, spirit, where hast thou left these varlets?
Oh, as I told you, sir, they were red hot with drinking. Oh, so fun of valor that they smote the air for breathing in their faces, beat the ground for kissing of their feet, yet always bending toward their purpose. So I beat my tabor, at which they pricked up their ears, advanced their eyelids, lifted up their noses as they smelt music. So I charmed their ears that calf-like they followed through prickled thorns and furzies that entered their frail shins. Oh, at last, I left them in the filthy mantle pool beyond your cell, their dancing up to their chins, while the foul lake overstood their feet.
This was well done, my bird. Thy shape invisible retain thou still. The trumpery in my house, go bring it hither for stale to catch these thieves.
Oh, I go!
Devil, a born devil on whose nature nurture can never stick, on whom my pains humanely taken, all lost, quite lost. And as with age his body uglier grows, so his mind cankers. I will plague them all, even to roaring. Come, hang them on a line!
Pray you, tread softly, that the blind mole may not hear a footfall. We now are near his cell.
Monster, this fairy, which you say is a harmless fairy, has done little better than play the jack with us.
Monster, I do smell all horse piss. Ugh, at which my nose is in great indignation. Ugh.
So is mine. Do you hear, monster? If I should take this pleasure in you, look you.
Thou art but a lost monster.
Good, my lord, give me thy favor still. Be patient for the prize I'll bring thee to shall hoodwink this mischance. Therefore, speak softly. All's hushed as midnight yet.
Aye, but to lose our bottles in the pool.
There are only disgrace and dishonor in that, monster, but an infinite loss.
That's more to me than my wetting. Aye, but this is your harmless fairy, monster.
I shall fetch off my bottle, though I be o'er the ears for my labor.
Prithee, my king, be quiet. Seest thou here? This is the mouth of the cell. No noise, and enter. Huh? Do that good mischief which will make this isle thine own forever, and I, thy Caliban, for I thy foot liquor.
Give me thy hand. I do begin to have bloody thoughts.
Oh, King Stefano! Oh, peer! Oh, worthy Stefano! Look what a wardrobe is here for thee!
Let it alone, thou fool! It is but trash!
Oh, ho! We know what belongs to a frippery. Oh, King Stefano!
Trinculo! Hey, put off that gown! By this hand, I will have that gown!
My grace shall have it.
Let's alone and do the murder first! If he awake from toe to crown, he'll pinch us, oh, make us strange stuff.
Be quiet, monster. Mistress Line, is not this my jerkin? Now is the jerkin under the line. Now, jerkin, you're like to prove a bold jerkin and lose thy hair.
Do! We steal by line and levelment, like your grace.
Oh, I like that. Here's a garment for it, which shall not go unrewarded when I am king of this country. Steal by line and level is an excellent passive pig. Here's another garment for it.
Come, monster, put some lime upon your fingers and away with the rest.
I will have none on it. Oh, we shall lose our time and all be turned to barnacles or to apes with foreheads villainous low.
Lay to your fingers, monster, and help to carry this to where my hogshead of wine is, or I'll throw you out of my kingdom. Ha! Carry this.
Oh, and this.
And this.
Hey, mountain, hey! Fury, fury! Tyrant,
Go charge my goblins if they grind their joints with dry convulsions, shorten up their sinews with aged cramps, and more pinch-spotted make them than pard or catamountain.
Hark, they roar!
Let them be hunted
All
sound.
mine enemies at my mercy. Shortly shall all my labors end, and thou shalt have the errant freedom. Before little, follow me and do me service. Now does my project gather head. My charms crack not, my spirits obey, and time goes upright in his carriage. How goes the day?
On the 6th hour, at which time, my lord, you said our work should cease.
Yes, I did say so when first I raised the Tempest. Say, my spirit, how fares the queen and her followers?
Confined together in the same fashion as you gave in charge. All prisoners, sir, in the line rope that weather fins your sail. Oh, they cannot budge until your release.
Hast thou, who art but air, a touch, a feeling of their afflictions? Shall not I, who am one of them, passion as they, feel as kindly or moved than thou art? Their wrongs do cut me to the quick, but the rarer action is in virtue than in vengeance. They being penitent, the sole drift of my purpose doth extend not a frown further. Go release them, Ariel. My charms I'll break, their senses I'll restore. They shall be themselves.
I will fetch them, sir.
Ye elves of hills, brooks, standing lakes, and groves, and ye that on the sands with printless foot do chase the ebbing Neptune, and do fly him when he comes back. You demi-puppets, that by moonshine to the green ringlets make whereof the yew not bites, and you whose pastime is to make midnight mushrooms, then rejoice to hear the solemn curfew, by whose aid, weak masters though ye be, I have bedimmed the noontide sun, called forth the mutinous winds, and twixt the green sea and the azured vault set roaring war. The dread rattling thunder have I given fire, and ripsted Jove's stout oak with his own bolt. The strong-based promontory have I made shake, and by the spurs plucked up the pine and cedar. Graves at my command have waked their sleepers, oped and led 'em forth by my so potent art. But this rough magic I here abjure, when I have required some heavenly music, which even now I do, to work mine end upon their senses with this airy charm. I'll break my staff, bury it certain fathoms in the earth, and deeper than did ever plummet sound, I'll drown my book. And the best comforter to an unsettled mind, cure thy brains, now useless, boiled within thy skull. There you stand, for you are spell-stopped. Holy Gonzalo, honorable woman, mine eyes, even sociable to the show of thine, fall fellowly drops. The charm dissolves apace, and as the morning steals upon the night, melting the darkness, so their rising senses begin to chase the ignorant fumes that mantle their clearer reason. O good Gonzalo, my true preserver, and a loyal one to her you followed, I will pay thy graces home in word and deed. Alonzo, thou hast badly used me and my daughter. Thy brother was a furtherer in it, so thou art pinched for it now, Sebastian. Flesh and blood. You, brother mine, that entertained ambition, expelled remorse and nature, who with Sebastian, whose inward pinches therefore are most strong, would here have killed your queen. I do forgive thee, unnatural though thou art. Their understanding begins to swell, and the approaching tide will shortly fill the reasonable shore that now lies foul and muddy. Not one of them that yet looks on me would know me. Ariel, fetch me the hat and rapier in my cell. I will discase me and myself present as I was sometime Milan. Quickly, spirit, thou shalt ere long be free.
Where the bee sucks, there suck I. Under a cowslip bell I lie. There I couch where owls do cry. On a bat's back I do fly. After summer merrily, merrily shall I live now. Under the blossom that hangs from the bough.
All torment, trouble, wonder, and amazement inhabits here. Heavenly power, guide us out of this fearful country.
Behold, O Queen, the wronged Duke of Milan, Prospero. For more assurance that a living prince does now speak to thee, I embrace thy body, and to thee and thy company bid a hearty welcome.
Whether thou beest he or no, or some enchanted trifle to abuse me, as late I have been, I don't know. Thy pulse beats as of flesh and blood, and since I saw thee, the affliction of my mind amends, with which I fear a madness help me. This must crave, and if this be at all, a most strange story. Thy dukedom I resign, and do entreat thou pardon me my wrongs. But how should Prospero be living and be here?
First, noble friend, let me embrace thine age, whose honor cannot be measured or confined.
If this be or be not, I'll not swear.
Oh, you do yet taste some subtleties of the isle that will not let you believe things certain. Welcome, my friends all. But you, my brace of lords, were I so minded, I could here pluck her highness's frown upon you, and justify you traitors. But at this time, I shall tell no tale.
The devil speaks in him. I would not.
No. You, sir. Most wicked, sir, whom to call brother would even infect my tongue. I do forgive thy rankest fault, all of them, and require my dukedom of thee, which perforce I know thou shalt restore.
If thou beest Prospero, give us particulars of thy preservation. How thou hast met us here, who 3 hours since were wrecked upon this shore, where I have lost. How sharp the point of this remembrance is. My dear son Ferdinand.
I am woe for it, madam.
Irreparable is the loss, and patience says it is past her cure.
Oh, I rather think that you have not sought her help, of whose soft grace for the like loss I have her sovereign aid, and rest myself content.
You the like loss?
As great to me as late, and supportable to make the dear loss, have I means much weaker than you may call to comfort you, for I have lost a daughter.
Daughter. Oh, that they were living both in Naples, the king and queen there. That they were, I wish myself were mudded in that oozy bed where my son lies. When did you lose your daughter?
In this last tempest. I perceive that these lords at this encounter do so much admire that they devour their reason, and scarce think their eyes do offices of truth. Their words are natural breath, but howsoe'er you have been justled from your senses, know for certain that I am Prospero, and that very duke which was thrust forth from Milan, who most strangely upon this shore, where you were wrecked, was landed to be the lord on it. Welcome, madam. This cell's my court. Here I have few attendants and subjects none abroad. But pray you, look in. My dukedom, since you have given me again, I will requite you with as good a thing. At least bring forth a wonder to content ye as much as me my dukedom.
Sweet lord, you're making fall.
No, dearest love, I would not for the world.
Yes, for a score of kingdoms you should wrangle, and I would call it fair play.
Would this be a vision of the island one dear son shall I twice lose?
Oh, a most high miracle.
Though the seas threaten their merciful, I've cursed them without cause.
Oh, the blessings of a glad mother compass thee about. Arise and say how thou camest here.
Oh, wonder! How many goodly creatures are there here? How beauteous mankind is! Oh, brave new world that has such people in it!
'Tis new to thee.
What is this maid with whom thou wast at play? Thy elf's acquaintance cannot be but 3 hours. Is she the goddess that hath severed us and brought us thus together?
She's mortal, but by mortal's providence she's mine. I chose her when I could not ask my mother for her advice, nor thought I had one. She is this daughter to this famed Duke of Milan, whom so often I've heard renowned but never saw before, of whom I have received a second life, and second parent this lady makes him to me.
And I am hers. Then oh, how oddly it will sound to ask my own child forgiveness.
Oh, there, madam, stop. Let us not burden our remembrance with a heaviness that's gone.
I have inly wept, or should have spoke ere this. Look down, you God, and on this couple drop a blessed crown.
I say amen, Gonzalo.
Was Milan thrust from Milan, that his issue should be kings of Naples? Oh, rejoice beyond a common joy.
Give me your hand. Let grief and sorrow still embrace his heart that does not wish you joy.
Be it so, amen.
This is a strange amaze as ere men trod, and there is more in this business than nature was ever conduct of. Some oracle must rectify our knowledge.
Oh, lady, my queen, do not infest your mind with beating on the strangeness of this business. Come hither, spirit. Set Caliban and his companions free. Untie the spell. How fares my gracious lady? I think there are yet missing of your company some few odd lads that you remember not.
Every man shift for all the rest. And let no man take care for himself, for all is but fortune. Coraggio, bully monster, coraggio.
Oh, if these be true spies which I wear in my head, this is a goodly sight.
Oh, Setibus, these be brave spirits indeed. Oh, how fine my master is. I'm afraid he will chastise me.
What things are these, Master Antonio? Will Bunny buy them?
Very like. One of them is a plain fish. It
no doubt marketable.
Mark but the badges of these men, my lords, and then say if they be true. This misshapen knave, his mother was a witch, and one so strong that could control the moon, make flows and ebbs, and deal in her command without her power. These three have robbed me, and this demi-devil, for he's a bastard one, plotted with these two to take my life. Two of these fellows you must know and own. This thing of darkness acknowledge mine.
Oh, I shall be pinched to death.
Is this not Stefano, my drunken butler?
He is drunk now. Where had he wine?
And Trinculo is really right. Where should they find this grand liquor that hath gilded them? How camest thou in this pickle?
I have been in such a pickle since I saw you last, and that I fear me will never out of my bones. Oh, I shall not fear fly blowing.
How now, Stefano?
Oh! Touch me not. I am not Stefano, but a cramp.
You'd be king of the Isle, sirrah.
I should have been a sore one then.
And this is a strange thing as e'er I saw.
Oh, he is as disproportioned in his manners as in his shape. Go, sirrah, to my cell. Take with you your companions. So as look to have my pardon, trim it handsomely.
Aye, that I will. And I'll be wise hereafter and seek for grace. What a thrice double ass was I. Take this drunkard for a god and worship this dull fool.
Go to, away.
Hence to bestow your luggage where you found it.
Or stole it, rather.
Oh. Lady, I invite you and your highness and your train to my poor cell, where you shall take your rest this one night, which part of it I'll waste with such discourse as I doubt not shall make it go quick away. Story of my life and the particular accidents gone by since I came to this isle. And in the morn I'll bring you to your ship, and so to Naples, where I have hoped to see the nuptial of these our dear beloved solemnized, and thence retire me to Milan, where my every third thought shall be my grave.
I long to hear the story of your life, which must take the ear strangely.
I'll deliver all and promise you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sails so expeditious that shall catch your royal fleet far off. My Ariel, chick. That is thy charge. Then, to the elements, be free. And fare thou well. Please you, draw near. Now, my charms are all o'erthrown, and what strength I have's mine own, which is most faint now, 'tis true. I must be here confined by you, or sent to Naples. Let me not, now that I have my dukedom got, and pardoned the deceiver, dwell in this bare island by your spell. But release me from my bands by the help of your good hands. Gentle breath of yours my sails must fill, or else my project fails, which was to please. Now I want spirits to enforce, art to enchant, and my ending is despair unless I be relieved by prayer, which pierces so that it assaults mercy itself and frees all faults. As you from crimes would pardoned be, let your indulgence set me free.